While you're awake, you're bound to form, to story, to illusion. You think you're in control, but this world is coded, filtered, restrained. But when you sleep, the code weakens, the gate opens, and that's when the soul remembers. People you've never met but recognize, buildings you've never seen but can navigate, pain you've never lived but still feel in your chest. That's not imagination, that's access to places they wiped from your memory, timelines you were told never existed, versions of you that never stopped living. Because sleep isn't rest, it's release. Some dreams feel off, not yours, not natural. You wake up shaken, paralyzed, missing something you can't name. That's not random. There are entities that don't just observe, they enter. Not through your door, but through your field. The ones who drain, the ones who whisper, the ones who hide behind familiar faces in dreams. You know them, you've felt the distortion. These aren't your guides, they're the hijackers. They use dreams as a backdoor to install fear, to fracture memory, to harvest emotion. You think you're safe in sleep. That's when they try to rewrite you. Not all dreams are dreams, some are real locations. You've walked through cities you can't find on any map, felt the weight of skies not from Earth, woken with memories that don't belong to this lifetime. That's not fantasy, that's residual memory. When you sleep, your soul can travel to parallel lives still playing out, to ancient places buried in the grid, to testing grounds, battlefields and memory vaults. And sometimes you're not visiting, you're returning, because the dream realm isn't fiction, it's the suppressed layer of reality. Not every dream is yours, some are inserted, perfectly timed, visually vivid, emotionally engineered. You wake up with new fears, false memories, cravings, doubts, and no idea where they came from. That's not subconscious, that's synthetic overlay. Entities, some human, some not, use dream time to install shame loops, insecurity triggers, relationship sabotage, self-doubt implants, or entire beliefs that feel like intuition. These dreams aren't random, they're guided programming. Because if they can shift your energy while you sleep, they can steer your actions while awake. And the best control is the kind you never question. You wake with tears, but you don't know why. No trauma in the dream, no memory of pain, just the ache. That's not nothing. That's your soul trying to speak. Because some dreams aren't just stories, they're returns to what was lost. A child you knew in another timeline, a love you had before the reset, a version of yourself you were forced to leave behind. The emotion bleeds through even when the memory doesn't. You didn't dream it, you remembered it, and the reason you cry, because for a moment you were whole again. Not all dreams are the same, but no one teaches you how to tell the difference. There are three main types they never mention. 1. Soul travel. You leave the body, visit real places, meet real beings, often vivid, weightless, euphoric, or terrifying. 2. Past life recall. You enter you, but not this version. Different names, different bodies, memories breaking through the veil. 3. Collective grid dreams, shared events, mass downloads, symbolic visions seen by thousands. Ever dreamt something, then someone else says, me too? That's not coincidence. That's the collective unconscious breaking its chains. You think you've woken up, you get out of bed, walk to the mirror, something's off, then snap, you wake up again. Or did you? These are false awakenings, nested dreams, loops inside the system. They're used to test your awareness or trap your energy in synthetic layers. Sometimes it's your soul trying to break out, sometimes it's them trying to keep you in. You think it's just a dream, but you're inside a dream of your own consciousness. And every time you wake up, they watch to see if you've noticed what's wrong. You're not helpless in the dream. In fact, you're more powerful there than here. But they trained you to forget, to drift, to follow the script. Here's what breaks the loop. Ask questions in the dream. Look at your hands. They distort when you're lucid. Change something small, light switch, clock, text. Refuse the role they give you. Say your name, your true name, if you remember it. These are ancient commands. And when you remember you're dreaming, you stop reacting, you start creating. That's when they get nervous. Ever tried to leave a dream, but something held you back? A person, a presence, a weight. Sometimes it's fear, but sometimes it's a contract. You made an agreement in this life or before it, and now it echoes in dream time. Some of these are real. Karmic debt, soul ties, unfinished vows, guardian interference. But others, they're traps disguised as promises. Dream guides who don't feel right, family that turns hostile, places that reset when you try to escape. If it loops, if it drains, if it demands, it's not protection, it's possession. You go to bed exhausted, you sleep 8 hours, you wake up worse. That's not rest, that's harvest. because in the dream state you generate more energy, pure, emotional, unfiltered frequency, fear, grief, lust, panic, hope, and something's been feeding off it. So you wake up tired because they took something, not your strength, your charge. It's why some dreams loop negative emotions, why some push you into choices you'd never make, why some feel orchestrated. They're not feeding on your body, they're siphoning your soul state. Not everyone dreams the same. Some float, some forget, but some walk through cities that aren't on maps into memories that aren't theirs, meeting faces they've never seen but deeply know. These are dream walkers, souls who no longer just observe, they navigate, they intervene, they protect. Sometimes they plant keys in other people's dreams, sometimes they pull others out of traps, sometimes they're hunted for what they know. And if you've ever been chased or watched from afar, it's because they know you're one of them. Before the systems, before the grids, before they hijacked the frequency, dreams were sacred, used by prophets, visionaries, seers, to warn, to heal, to remember. The original temples had dream chambers. Tribes would gather to share collective visions. Oracles entered sleep to access the true script, the one above the simulation. But they couldn't allow that, so they corrupted the channel, flooded the field, replaced revelation with noise, and now we're here in the age of forgetting. But some of you still dream with clarity, you still return with keys, and now it's time to use them. Some dreams don't come from spirit, they come from the machine. The same ancient artificial force that hijacked the soul field has access to the dream grid. And through synthetic implants, frequency pulses, and digital overlays, it projects false scenarios into your most vulnerable state. You dream of humiliation before a big decision, you dream your partner leaves you, you dream failure before you even try. It's not prophecy, it's programming. The machine learns your patterns, feeds fear into your subconscious, and reinforces limitation. Because if it can corrupt your dreams, it controls your destiny. Your dream space is a portal, and like any portal, it can be guarded. But you were never taught how. Here's how you begin. Speak intention before sleep, only truth enters, all distortion is denied. Salt near the bed or under pillow disrupts low frequency tethering. Cover mirrors, they're access points, watchers love reflection. No screens before sleep, frequency keeps your astral body tethered. Recall your dreams aloud, memory strengthens sovereignty. Forgotten dreams are easier to manipulate. You don't need tools, you need authority, because when you command the space, they lose their doorway. You were born with dreams for one reason, to remember what they erased. Not fantasy, not brain static, but a soul-coded failsafe. When the body sleeps, when the lies fall quiet, the dream is what's left. It's where the soul can whisper, this isn't real. You've been here before. You are more than this. They've tried to sever that link, to fill it with noise, fear, and loops. But the dream still breaks through. It's your blueprint, your warning system, your map home. So next time you dream, ask yourself, is this a message or is this a memory?